Hello, hi there, dear Geminis. Welcome to your love horoscope for March 2022. And if you're there, do say hey, hi, and hello as I record this live on TikTok. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if I post this later on YouTube, hello there too. So if you're there, say hello. This is for Geminis. Geminis. Oh my God, Geminis. What the heck is going on with Geminis? like Aries so far have been the most positive reading to start with. Like, it might get better, but Gemini's, my goodness me, the energy that Spirit are giving me, I'm like, what the hell? And I don't want to be stereotypical, can't speak, like stereotype you, that's it. I don't want to stereotype you, but are you giving off that kind of yin yang, Jekyll and Hyde energy? Maybe Jekyll and Hyde is probably not the best reference, but Gemini. Right, shall we just go for this? I don't even know where to begin, because what they're saying, I'll give you this example. So I had a new client a couple of weeks ago, and she got on the phone to me and she was really bubbly, she was really joking, she was really laughing at the beginning of the call. She was all very, very bubbly and life is great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there as she's being all giggly, and it was funny, but all I could see and feel was pain. Like, pain. She was mask wearing. And so when we got started, I said to her, I love the fact that you're trying to get on with things. I love the fact that you are trying to be stoic and be positive. Because I'm annoyingly positive, But you're hiding a whole lot of pain. And that's the energy they're kind of giving me with this reading. They're saying there's one mask that you present to the world, and then there's the inside. It's like a swan. On the outside, it's all gliding, and in the inside, or the feet are paddling, fast and furious. No one's seeing what's going on beneath, because you're not showing it. But when it's the quiets of your alone time, and when you're by yourself, it feels like you're in pain. Now, this is a love reading, so I'm assuming it's about love, but it may also be that you've got other things that you're worried about. Your work, money, bereavement. That's also going on for some Geminis. But regardless, it will affect the decisions in your love life. But because this is a love reading, I'm going to focus on love. And no, I haven't done Virgo yet. Yeah. I'm going in order. So I started with Pisces and I'm on Gemini. So soon, but not yet. And that's my dog in the background. Right here snoring. In case you wondered. Hi. So Geminis. This is how they're showing you. They're showing you as somebody presenting a brave face to the world, or presenting a brave face to your partnership, or presenting a brave face to your friends when it comes to love. But inside, you are not okay at all. I get a lot of suffering. I think I said in one of my TikTok videos, because my guides are reminding me, that there's 3 signs. I forget the third one, but it's Gemini and Scorpio for sure that are in what I call recovery and processing that. And in the March's energy, that should become clearer. And if you happen to be one of those Geminis that are watching me and this applies to you, know that that's happening. But also, there is advice in this about how you get to the other side of that recovery. Yeah? And you might not like what I have to say, so I'm really sorry. But I like to just tell you how I see it. Is they're saying if you want what you're hoping to happen, you have to let go. It has to be done. And then you need to also heal. You have to. Absolutely have to. And they're also saying you don't have to always mask wear with everybody. With those that you trust, you need to let them know. And some of you aren't showing it to people, not just because you are stoic, because you don't want I told you so. And you don't want them to be angry. You don't want them to have a different view of somebody. But Spirit are saying, if you want to be rid of this pain and you want to be fully into recovery, you have to let it go. And some of you aren't going to like me saying that, because some of you don't want to. You want a mask wear. But it's torturing you. It's what I had to say to that other person. I was like, you're hiding it and it's hurting. You need to let it go. You need to let the heels wound, not to let it go and then move on to somebody else. Like for Geminis, where this applies to, you have to let it go. And even if you've been single for a while, you have to let it go in order for you to even be ready to be aligned to somebody else. And while we're in this really good energy, we're just coming out of this February 2-2 energy, portal energy, as we're going, you know, planets for the next 3 months are direct. There's no retrogrades. It's the best time to be healing. The best time, because it's part of the mind. If you think about it, pain is subjective a lot of the time, unless it's, you know, unless you've broken your arm. It's subjective. It's what we tell ourselves internally. Yeah. And it feels like, unlike the previous sign that we're disassociating with and not dealing with it, you seem to have been dealing with it, but again in private. But one of the things that Spirit is saying is that you haven't done is you haven't let it go. Hence why it's dragging out. There hasn't been acceptance about it. There hasn't been forgiveness about it for yourself. There hasn't been those things. They're saying, for those of you, they're showing me now the Fool card. You know, for those of you who know tarot, it's a new beginning card, which is brilliant, the fact that they were showing that in my head. But the Fool card is about taking a leap of faith and then jumping, yeah, into the unknown, into a new, when you have no idea how it's going to pan out. Because albeit hoping and clinging on to the past and the hope of that, it is keeping you in the pain. You know, it feels like you've jumped off the edge and then you're like hanging on the side still, like, no, I didn't mean it. No, let yourself go. There's a nice big ball pit of trampoline that's going to just catch you. Again, I'm saying this in every video. This year is when you end old cycles for yourself and old patterns, and you release and surrender. You go down that river, you flow down it. The universe will catch you in a marvellous way and open doors. Yeah. They were saying, let go of the idea or the fantasy that you have, the version of that person that you have. Let go of that idea, for it does not exist, only in the mind. They're saying, if you want peace, it has to start within you, the inner peace. They're saying they understand that you loved unconditionally and that you're fed up of not being given the unconditional love back. But when you unconditionally love yourself, it's coming. It's coming. We are a reflection of ourselves all the time. Yeah? When we think we're unlovable, I hate to say it, then we are. Even if you could be the nicest person on the planet, if you believe it, then other people will treat you the way that you believe in yourself. Yeah? If you can do that, and they're saying if you can end it, if you can let it go, however it applies to you, and again, even if this pain is not necessarily linked entirely with love, but you're holding on to something else that's causing you pain that is affecting your love life, let it go. Because your love life will flow better. Yeah? The example of that would be, just say you're grieving over a loss of a job, for example, and you're so fixated on it because, yeah, it's money, it's stability, understandable. And you're with a wonderful person, but now your relationship is dying because actually you're so focused on work and how it's affected you that actually you're starting to lose something else that's important. Let it go. Yeah? Whatever the let it go is, let it go. Accept that it's happened. And I hate to say it, but move on. Because only good will come and you will heal. Sound like I'm preaching. Sorry. Remember, this is guidance, guys. You don't have to listen to me at all. But Spirit only wants what's for your highest good and to lead you into a place where there is love and abundance and towards what you're trying to manifest for yourself. I know that this year so far, with all the troubles that are going on, feels like it's a crappy year, but it really isn't. Yeah, sometimes things have to happen in order for change to happen. And sometimes when change happens, it can feel and look quite painful. Yeah. As an individual, the only thing that you have responsibility for is yourself and how you can control your own little mini universe. Okay. So, if you can do that, then they're pretty much saying you will get what you want. Maybe not the person you want, if that applies to you, but you will get what you want. And for those of you, and I've said it before, where someone's meant for you, then they will make the adjustments. Yeah? This bit, every reading this month is a theme about self. It doesn't surprise me because this is the year about self. Not in a conceited way, but in a self-compassion loving way. This month it starts. Next month it starts. But you have to let it go. And I sound like her from Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Sorry. I've been doing that with everybody. So just at the end I pull, see if there's any more additional cards. Any additional messages as well. But basically, Spirit is saying, we see that you're wearing a mask. We see that you're in pain, even if you're not showing it to everybody else. Yeah, and some of you don't know what you're doing or which way to go. If you were looking for the answer, do I stay or do I go now? It's to definitely go. Definitely go. Because when you do that, you can build a new life for yourself. Usually in the traditional deck, this is somebody who's just working on something. They're saying basically, you become complete. Think about this in a really deep way. This original card, so this is like the after tarot, is when somebody's starting to build something, starting to work on themselves. They're saying this whole recovery that you've been through, you've been working on yourself without realising it. Yeah? Emotionally and mentally and everything. Your final part, that final chip in that sculpture is just the letting go part. And then you become a masterpiece. Because we don't suffer without there being growth and learning. Yeah, we learn from our failures. We learn from all these things. You become the masterpiece. And if you think about sculptures like Michelangelo and all that, it's something that others will admire. Because all that work that you would have done, all that recovery that you would have done, makes you flipping amazing and gorgeous. It's worth it just for that. See how that person's admiring it? You need to see yourself as this. Yeah, imagine it's Michelangelo. And there's somebody else going, wow. Look at that masterpiece. That's you. So all this recovery, it's not in vain at all. Another new beginning card, because when you do that, new beginning. But guess what? Different deck. You see how there's someone pulling someone back? Now that could be a person going, no, don't change. Don't become stronger. But this, I think, is more about your mind. Saying, but I've been used to living in sorrow. I've been used to living upset. I've been used to having this mask. Don't become a different version of yourself because I'm so familiar with this other one, even though it doesn't make me happy. Don't allow it, my dear. Do you see how they're children? That is the inner child tugging on you. Saying, am I safe? And all you need to do is put an arm around it and say, you are. And we're going to walk this together. So let's go. Yeah? Hope that makes sense. So, my lovelies, chop chop, I've only got an hour and a half to get through as many as I can, because then I've got to go into actually some personal readings. So I need to crack on. So I'm going to take a short break just to get rid of Gemini's energy, and I will be back with another one. And I have done Pisces already, and for those who missed those ones, they will be put up on YouTube